Hi there and good evening. My name's Sarah Calverley. I'm one of the social science teachers at Sir John Laws. I teach sociology and psychology, and I'm going to just talk to you for a few minutes about A-level sociology and why you should strongly consider studying it at Sir John Laws. So I'm going to give you 4 strong reasons why you should think about studying sociology. First of all, it's a really fascinating subject. We have a track record of achieving really outstanding exam results. We will teach you the skills you need to be successful at university, and sociology is also a really positively regarded subject and held in strong esteem by a number of universities. So it will offer you a number of options moving forward after you have finished year 13. Okay. One of the biggest bits of feedback I get from students is how interesting sociology is, how relevant it is to their lives, and how much they enjoy the subject. So we can define sociology as the study of human relationships and institutions. We ask a range of different questions. So these are some of the topics or questions you might consider in the course of your learning. So why is marriage decreasing in popularity in society? How might labelling and teacher labelling affect your education? Why does the media depict teenagers as lazy troublemakers? And we ask, what's the best way to reduce crime rates? And we consider, what's our role in the UK in terms of global society? Are we part of a global culture? Is the world becoming more interconnected? And we also look at how sociologists go about studying society as well. So it's worth making note of what sociology isn't, because it's a new subject. Lots of people won't have studied it before. Sometimes people have some misconceptions. It's not a soft subject. So whilst there are certain themes, we're talking about family, media, crime, these are subjects that might pop up in a subject like life skills, but it's definitely not life skills. It's an academic subject where we look at various theoretical perspectives. So for example, you'll be learning about functionalist theory, feminist theory, Marxist theory, and looking at these different perspectives to explain society and why it works the way it does. You'll be engaging in academic debate, so you have to use evidence to support your points and reference a number of research studies to back up your perspective. So it's definitely not about your opinion, although there is a lot of capacity for debating that needs to be informed by evidence. So it's definitely not based on common sense. And whilst sociology is definitely relevant to social work in the long term, we are not going to teach you the skills to do that or fix anybody's problems. So, but it is very interesting. We get lots of positive feedback from our students about how what they learn in lessons is relevant to a range of aspects in their own lives. Okay, so a little bit about the course. It's a linear course, which means, there are no modules. It's a 2-year course, and you will sit 3 exams at the end of year 13. We will assess you along the way, so you will have some internal exams at the end of year 12, and you will sit little mid-unit assessments and end-of-unit assessments throughout the course, so that you get some feedback on how you'll be learning. We'll also do, little quizzes, debates, and other kind of informal ways of providing you with feedback on your learning and your progress. Okay, so there are various units that you're going to cover. The Families and Households unit looks at the role of families in society and considers, are they changing over time, and what sort of demographic trends are occurring and why. In education, you look at the role of education and consider, why do certain groups achieve more than others? What the role and function of education in society? And you will also look at sociological research methods and understand how sociologists come to develop theories about the world and learn to critique different methods and consider, how valid are they, how reliable. In year 2, you study the Crime and Deviance unit, which is one of the most popular amongst students. We like finding out about why people commit crimes, what can be done about it to reduce crime. We have lots of students go on to study criminology at university, which is obviously relevant to that. unit as well. You'll also study the media unit, which looks at, what is the role of media in society? Why are certain groups represented as they are? What's the impact of that? And, what's the role and function of the media? You also do a bit more on theory and methods, looking at slightly more academic content in year 2, and debating things such as, are structural explanations more useful than social action explanations, and consider how sociological theories tie into things like social policies. So linking all the content together really in that topic. At the end of year 13 as well, there's also lots of time for revision so that you're well prepared for those exams. Okay, so these are the 3 exams. 3 exams, no coursework. Each exam is 2 hours each, and you will have a mix of short questions and extended writing questions. So at the end of year 12, you might encounter a 6-mark question like this, which is quite a straightforward knowledge-based question, or a 20-mark essay, which you would spend about half an hour writing, which is a bit more developed, such as evaluate the usefulness of Marxist approaches in understanding the family. At the end of year 13, you will also be sitting some 30-mark exam questions, which are a little bit longer and a little bit more meaty. We do get really good exam results. We do prepare you well for those exams. So given that 2020 was a bit of an anomaly, I'll refer to our 2019 exam results. We had a 100% pass rate, 30% of students getting an A star or A grade, and 60% of students getting an A star or B grade, which is really outstanding. Just to put that in a bit of context, what we get compared to the national picture, you can see that our results are significantly better than the national average. So we're very proud of our student outcomes. And if you choose to study sociology, you can be confident that you will come out with a good result at the end. Okay. Another reason for choosing sociology at A level is you will learn a range of skills that you need to be successful at university. So for me, the top 3 here are really important. You'll learn how to carry out your own research through doing, primary sociological research, going out and doing your own studies, but also you will learn how to do your own academic research as well, looking up texts and reading around the subject yourself. You'll develop your analytical skills. So whereas at GCSE tends to be that you accept there is one answer to a question, in sociology we teach you that there are a range of different potential answers, and you have to weigh up the evidence and be able to debate and discuss which answer is most appropriate and why. So you really develop your communication skills, whether it's through classroom discussions, increasing your vocabulary, but particularly developing your essay writing skills. And that's one of the things that universities like most about sociology, is that students that have a sociology A level can write good, well-developed critical essays, which prepares them well for further studies. Additionally, you will develop good understanding of current affairs. We encourage our students to apply what they learn to everyday life, read the newspaper, bring their ideas to lessons, and discuss how the academic theories are applied to what's going on in the real world. We do lots of group work, presentations, discussions, so you develop your interpersonal skills and your leadership skills. And as I mentioned briefly, you will also look at cross-cultural examples and develop your understanding of how UK society fits into the wider world. Career paths that people choose might have things like students going on to study journalism, law, advertising, policing. You can see the list there. But essentially any career path where there is a focus on society or people is relevant to sociology. Another reason for studying sociology is that it's accepted by top universities. So it sort of builds on my third point really, but universities like it. So for example, UCL's a highly regarded university in London, and sociology is one of the on their preferred A-level subject list. Similarly, Sheffield University is one of the Russell Group universities, and they specify A-levels that they don't accept, and sociology is on their list of acceptable A-level subjects alongside chemistry, maths, history, geography, and religious studies, suggesting that it has sufficient academic rigour to prepare you for university. And similarly with Cambridge. So Cambridge University offers sociology in its degree programme as part of the Human, Social and Political Sciences course. Now, Cambridge University explicitly say that they value A-levels that help develop essay writing skills, and therefore sociology falls into one of the beneficial A-levels. It's worth mentioning, if you are confident that you want to go on study engineering or medicine, then they do ask that you have science-based subjects for those. But if you're thinking about doing something humanities or arts-based, they're quite flexible about the courses that you choose, and often Russell Group universities enjoy a variety in your A-level package. If in doubt, the advice is go to the university themselves, look on their pages. But yeah, sociology will definitely give you lots of skills you need to be successful at university. So those are the 4 main reasons for studying sociology. Other subjects you might choose to go alongside it. So we have lots of students studying psychology, religious studies, English, history, geography as well, drama. Essentially, it goes well with so many other subjects and complements what you will learn in those subjects too. Now, what do you need to study sociology? We have a minimum entry requirement of a 4 in English GCSE because you need to be able to write essays confidently, and you need strong analytic skills to be able to assess information and access the course fully. You will be required to write essays, so not being afraid of that is really important, although we will give you lots of structure. If you're less confident about essay writing, you will get help with that. Okay, so what to do next? If you are interested in studying sociology, pick up a textbook. For example, Ken Brown's Introduction to Sociology. You could get hold of it at a library, or have a little flick through, see if it excites you, see if you find the topics interesting. I would strongly recommend talking to some of our current sociology students or to our sociology teachers. Ask them what they love about the subject, ask them about the work, and do get on the AQA website and you can have a look at some of the exam papers on the website, and that will give you a bit more of an idea of what the assessment's like and that sort of thing. Yes, I would strongly recommend sociology. It's a really interesting subject, and we look forward to seeing some of you next academic year. Thank you very much.